Shotzi addresses those Money in the Bank botches. Plus, a championship match has been added to SummerSlam, and multiple SmackDown stars appear on Raw last night. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Quite a few of them there, Botches, during the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and somebody who got a particular kicking online for them was Shotzi.
And she has addressed these botches on Twitter by doing a live performance of "I'm only human after all, to put the blame on me" by the Rag and the Bone Man.
I like the rag. You look at hair with that hair, you got a bit of a rag and bone man.
Get me some face tattoos and a slightly bigger pair of tits and I'll be there, Tom.
Yeah.
But she hasn't. She's put a statement out on Twitter, Shotzi Blackheart has, in result of these botches, and people going, well, people like me on WTF. It's a good thing that people don't watch WTF now, by and large, because I didn't get called out for this, because I was calling her botchy wet fart. But then I said she is human. We all have bad days at the office. But she said on the Twitter, there are 3 things I care about at the end of a match. Is everyone safe? Did everyone have fun? Did the crowd react? Nobody got hurt. We all had a blast, and Vegas crowd was hot, hot, hot.
Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Yeah.
She then went on to say, I felt on top of the world after that match and was so excited to finally have my first hardcore match in over a year. I wouldn't have done anything I didn't practice or thought I couldn't do safely. But I'm not a wrestle robot. I am human, and slips happen, especially in a chaotic, unpredictable ladder match. I can take a joke and laugh at myself. One of the first things I said was, I can't wait to see this on Botchamania.
To which Matthew replied, all right there, pal. How's it going? You gotta look beautiful. You gotta look beautiful on Botchamania this week.
If you like a lot of botches on your YouTube. Comments like, you should be fired, and other terrible things, admittedly, though, hit hard. I had to have a few friends wipe the tears off my face and slap some sense into me and remind me who the F I am. That being said, all my haters can suck my big, giant, hairy mangoes.
Now the question has to be, Tom, why is there hair on the mangoes?
Are they particularly fresh? Is it from a particular climate where fur doth grow on said mangoes? Or in the case of Shotzi's mangoes, I don't know, maybe she's a bit more loose and fast when it comes to shaving, which is perfectly fine, perfectly normal. Either way, I suck a big, giant, hairy mangoes.
Yeah, that's the thing, innit? It's like people calling for it to be fired and sacked. Imagine if everybody was held to that standard whereby you make one mistake, therefore you must be... Well, 2 mistakes. There was 2 big botches in that match, wasn't there? But as we say, she's human. Imagine making 2 mistakes in a match on that. With that pressure, you only get 1 take because it's live. You must be fired as a result of that. That's just bugger pointless me. Bugger pointless me. That's some analysis for you.
I get that people, like, you know, they hold wrestlers and such up to high regard, but nobody's perfect.
No.
And you know what? As you say, she knows it's going to be in Botchamania. Matthew will make a big fuss of that in Botchamania, no doubt. But I think if you're one of those people that went, you should be sacked because you did a move wrong, I'd love to come to where you work and just make sure you don't make a single mistake all day long.
We all have a bad day at the office, and that was one for Shotzi, and she couldn't have timed it worse, in my opinion, because who was in the front row? Nick Khan. Have mercy on her soul, Nick. Have mercy on her soul.
Oh, bless you, Nick Khan. Bless you, Shotzi. Well, congratulations to Shotzi on addressing that. I thought that was and addressing it in a pretty cool way. We're talking of Money in the Bank. A Money in the Bank rematch has been added to the card for SummerSlam, hasn't it?
Hey, town down, mother bleepers, because Austin, well, just Theory, sorry, I keep calling him Austin Theory, it's still happening, Tom, but Theory will take on Bobby Lashley, trying to get back his United States Championship at SummerSlam on Raw. Theory declared that he'd win back the US title, then defeat whoever was left standing after the undisputed WWE World Heavyweight title match and become the champion in WWE history. The biggest champion in WWE history.
He's going to win both belts in one night.
Yeah.
Like Roddy Piper tried to do at Royal Rumble 92.
No one's ever done that before. Chris Jericho.
I mean, there was part of me yesterday afternoon thinking about the fact that Brock versus Roman is last man standing. And, you know, Brock hitting an F5 off the top rope through 17 tables. Everyone's out. Theory's music hits. Like, is that... They wouldn't, would they?
They probably would, though, Tom, because it seems they quite fancy Austin Theory. Sorry, I'll come back to Theory. It seems they fancy Theory, don't they? But I've got a horrible feeling, right? I saw it on Twitter, and it's in my mind now, and I can't get rid of it. Somehow, they'll split off Reigns to go and face The Rock without the titles, and then it'll be Cena who'll win his 17th championship sometime this year, and he'll be in another main event match at WrestleMania. Some buggery goes on in a triple threat match where The Rock walks away with the title, or we think he's going to walk away with the title, but then Theory cashes in at the end of WrestleMania on The Rock. Can you imagine that?
Oh, I mean, that's how you build a star.
Down.
That's how you make a star in the night, isn't it? That's because that's the big issue that a lot of people have with WWE. It's about making stars. And whilst I think we could have got Theory in the Money in the Bank match in a far more creative, intriguing way, the fact that he is the Money in the Bank briefcase holder, I think is pretty cool.
I guess it does make sense the way he got him because he is Vince McMahon's boy.
But I'd like to have seen a segment where he goes into Vince's office and goes, Vince, I lost the belt, I won't be in the main event. Yeah, of course you can, pal. Just something. Just one thing. But I think by that point, Vince McMahon was queuing for popcorn at the UFC event. So I don't think...
I'm going to sneeze, Tom. I've not had the hay fever tablet this morning. I'm in tatters.
If you need to sneeze, I will roll on to the next bit. AJ Styles and The Miz had themselves a match on Raw. Post-match, after Styles beat The Miz, he was attacked by Ciampa. Miz and Ciampa then beat down Styles and shook hands, establishing a new alliance officially. This is leading a lot of people to think that The Miz will team with Ciampa at SummerSlam to face AJ Styles and Logan Paul.
It's the match we've all dreamed of. The tag team of AJ Styles and Logan Paul. I bet AJ Styles is cock-a-hoop at the prospect of tag team with Logan Paul. Well, to be fair, AJ's got kids, hasn't he? We all know that. He's got them tattooed on his ribs, hasn't he? So maybe they're a big fan of Logan Paul. I assume they are because most kids seem to be these days. So maybe it is a dream come true for Alan to tag team with their hero.
Something for the kids, maybe. For his kids, they are. Look, I'm tagging with you, lad. WWE's Twitter caught my eye this morning because they had that picture of Ciampa and Miz shaking hands, and they asked the followers of the WWE Twitter account to come up with a name for the pair. Here are some of my findings. The Miztourage. Go back to that again.
The C team, Ciampa. Oh, yeah. Rah, rah, rah. Do you remember the B team, Tom?
Yeah.
What a great time that was.
Awesome Daddy. Missed Opportunity. Awesome Blackheart, The Channel Changers, Burn CM Punk, Writer's Block, Project A-Listers, DI Wine, Skull Crushing Fairy Tale, and Not My Job.
What will they be called? I'll tell you what they'll be called, Tom. They'll be called The Miz and Ciampa. That's what they'll be called.
That's a few people said that in the comments as well. They'll be called The Miz and Ciampa.
It'll be fantastic as well. But it is weird, the trajectory that Tommaso Ciampa, or just Ciampa these days, these bloody first names there, that he's going on Raw these days because he is just going around attacking random people at willy-nilly with no real motive. We don't know what's behind the mask when it comes to Ciampa on Monday Night Raw. What are your motivations there, young man?
He's not so much shooting for the moon on Raw. He's sort of bouncing off asteroids at the moment. I'm not quite sure what.
But at least we got a definitive handshake between him and The Miz this week, so he's finally got himself a job as The Miz's buddy.
And if it gets him a featured position at SummerSlam, you know, delighted for Ciampa to be getting pinned by Logan Paul in a bit. Good lad. Quite a few stars of SmackDown appeared on Raw last night as well. I think it's kind of leading to that idea that the brand split is merely sort of an ideology rather than an actual hard and fast thing now. Liv Morgan's SmackDown women's title celebration took place and it was interrupted by Natalya. Your favourite.
She just lost, Tom. She just lost for the championship. She should be way at the back of all of the queues.
Well, actually, she had legit beef because she said the only reason you beat Ronda is because I battered her with the sharpshooter. So you're welcome. So I don't want to thank you. I want a match for the title on Friday.
And I bet she'll win.
Oh,
go on, Natalya.
Get in there.
Yes.
This led to a tag match with Morgan and Bianca Belair teaming up. So the Raw and SmackDown Women's Champs to face and beat Natalya and Carmella. Gunter turned up as well with Ludwig Kaiser. Gunter defeating R-Truth dressed as Uncle Sam on the 4th of July.
Take that, America.
Yeah.
Piss on your cornflakes on your birthday.
Can't believe R-Truth lost in his home country. Typical WWE booking. And in under a minute as well, with a lariat and a quite scary powerbomb.
Yeah.
It was only a short match, but it was a bit. I know. It kind of ironically loops back to the fact that the first thing we talked about was Botches. I just thought I felt for Gunter because he went for the bit where he was meant to knock R-Truth's hat off. Hat didn't quite come off, so we had to do it again. He went for a boot, nearly fell over. Powerbomb nearly landed on R-Truth's bottom rather than on his back.
I tell you what, we'll put it all down to.
Right.
Breaking news, everybody. Every WWE superstar this weekend was pissed on the alcohol because it was the 4th of July weekend. That's why Shotzi did what she did in that match. That's why the big gunt, as I like to call him, that's why he did in that match there.
Massive gunt.
He's a massive gunt.
Maybe they're only human after all. We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at Cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Rah, rah, rah.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one, Adam.
Yeah, he got quite angry.
He did get quite angry about that.
Wasn't attempting a coup.
To be fair, if
now
you're going
I
to put the
am.
two of you side by side and ask both of you to deliver a rah-rah speech, I reckon you could get more out of people without the use of amphetamines and stuff like that.
There you go.
Adam would need a pump us full of cocaine and other things like that to get the job done, I would reckon.
Probably full of cocaine as well. That'd be fine. But again, I wasn't planning a coup, but since it's been mentioned so often, coup, ka-choo.